Hey guys, Jamie Osborne here, Weichert Realtors Benchmark. You know, I'm doing this little video series on questions that come up during the real estate transaction process, and I had one of those conversations last week with a buyer that I'm working with. We got to the very end, and he thought things were going to happen one way, and they didn't happen that way. And the question really is, why can I not just cut a check for my down payment? And that's a good question. That's a good question. You know, the funds are in your account. You've got a checkbook. Why can't you just write a check to the closing attorney's office and have that happen? Why is that a thing? So these days, over a certain amount, most closing attorneys won't honor a check. They won't accept it. It's not they won't honor it. They won't accept it. And because of that, they require you to wire the funds into their account. You have to get wiring instructions from the closing attorney. You have to go to the bank. You have to call the bank. You have to do it on your end to wire the funds into their account. The reason they do this is because once the funds are in their account, once the wire is confirmed, there's no possible way that the attorney could then come up without funds. They can't go to the bank to turn in your check and the bank says, yeah, we're not going to honor this personal check because there's no money in the account. There's not going to be a situation where they go to the bank to do your cashier's check and you've gone to the bank and said, oh, I lost my cashier's check, I need to write another one, and then that check is canceled. So they run into those problems, or I guess, you know, people in the past have run into those problems, and so because of that, they just don't allow funds over a certain amount to be paid for by check. Sometimes that's $1,000, sometimes it's $2,000. Some attorneys these days won't allow any checks whatsoever. They have to be wired in. But I think that the number that usually pops up is anything over $5,000, which, you know, in today's market, a $5,000 down payment is not a huge down payment. So anyway, that was a conversation that came up last week, and that was a question that was asked, and I wanted to tell you guys so you guys can be, you know, thinking about that. Have a good one.